Hey guys, it's your buddy Rome. So in today's video, I'm going to attempt to set this backpack up for these drones that you guys see here. Now I haven't decided if I'm going to be taking both of the FPV drones out in this bag and how many other accessories I'll add to it, but it is designed to accommodate multiple drones, okay? So of course, you could mount your FPV drones on the outside of the backpack or something like this. I am not a fan of that, but I see a lot of guys do it. I'm more concerned about what I can get done inside here, okay? So we have this really large area, and the first thing I was thinking about was, is this going to be deep enough for this FPV drone if I wanted to just slot it in like so? So first things first, let's close the landing. Let's see what that looks like. So it looks like it'll fit in there with no problem. So let's check to be sure. So based on what I'm seeing here, we could probably take out one of these sections. Now, I like to have something above the drones as an additional type of protection. That's why I'm not putting it at the very top. I'd want it to be somewhere about here. So we're going to take this one out as well. And then we're going to use the final one as kind of the frame for this section. As you guys can see, the Velcro is very strong. So yes, we can fit this guy in there almost perfectly. Let's see if that'll close. Yep, it does close. It's right on the bumpers though. It's right on the bumpers. So my other option would be to lay it flat so that the drone would be in like this, okay? But that's gonna, require a little bit more maneuvering, but I don't think that's gonna be a problem. So let's try that. I think I would be more comfortable with that anyway. So let's lay this down, and I may have to reposition the camera a little bit so you guys can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna try and reposition this so that the drone can fit flat inside. Okay, so to do that, we're going to take this larger section out. So we're going to take more of these small pieces out like we did before. But I'm going to move it either up or down based on where I need this to sit. Because I do want the drone to have, two walls. All right, so we're going to take that out for now just to see how much space we need, okay? So this guy, still, that's not gonna fit. Okay, no problem. So what we're gonna do here is take this section out as well, because this is just a big open section that we can probably use for something else. But it looks like this is all the way down, so I'm gonna pull this loose, and I'm going to reposition this loosely, but it does secure to the bottom as well as to the sides, so that's a good sign. All right, so I'm going to pull this out. I'm just going to take this out completely, and then we're going to put the drone in to see where we want this to sit. So we don't want it to sit that way, pretty much like this. So we just need that one section in here right about there, okay? All right, so again, the goal here, so the goal here is going to be to have this FPV drone in like this. So then we're going to take this panel here and we're going to put it above it. So I'm just measuring right now just to see how far I need that to be, which is about right there for it to be snug. Okay. So I'm going to line up the bottom first, and then the sides. I'm going to secure those side walls. I don't have this perfect, but you guys get the idea. All right, so now that drone can fit in there perfectly. And let's take one of these other sections to see if we could use it as kind of a shelf cover. Yeah, we can. It's not going to be perfect, but we could place this one in here, and then now we have an additional shelf So either the drone can be above this or below it. It's totally up to you, depending on how much safety you're trying to achieve, with your drone. And then again, I can position this. Check this out. So since this has the Velcro here on the side, I can go in pretty tight and get that right up on the edge like that. So now it's almost like the drone is in a little pocket, okay? But then you still have this little shelf area here where you can still add additional things. Now, again, like I said, this is for the FPV drone. I still want to be able to put the controller. I still have section up here at the very, very top. Let me grab one of the controllers. All right, so like this FPV controller here. Now this is not going to make for really quick access, but it is going to be secure. Let me take off these. All right, let's take our sticks off and then put them in here like so. Tighten down this little lanyard. Now this should fit in there perfectly, okay? Just kind of tuck away in there. And then we could take the other controller and tuck it in right next to it. So we have this. Then we have this lower section down here. And this is what I was saying that we could use for our batteries, depending on which batteries that you're carrying with it. So the Fly More combo obviously comes with this battery. And let's see, I can just make a section here. I can take one of these out. Now we have that section for the batteries, and then we can still put other things in there like ND filters, depending on which ones you have. They can fit in here, or other accessories you can add to it as well. So I think, for this setup, this is going to be pretty good. And I know what you guys are probably thinking, okay, well, Rome, that looks nice, but where are you going to put your goggles? I got that covered too. But at the very top here, we have this section, okay? So hopefully the goggles will fit in this section with no problem. So let's find out. If not, they'll have to go inside of the bag, which is not a big deal. All right, so we have our goggles here. See if those will fit. All right. Put a little bit of pressure on it, but it went in there. So I like that. I like that a lot. Now, of course, that takes a lot of these things out, but there's other places. If I really wanted to keep these or those little bags, I can, put those in one of the side pockets. But since I have the side pockets, I could also put the batteries in the side pockets. So I'm going to put these little storage bags. I'm just going to fold these up, and I'm going to tuck these in one of the pockets on this side. Okay, and then we're going to take the rain cover and tuck it on the opposite side. Now, I'm pretty sure I will switch this up multiple times. If you guys know me, every time I look at this, I'll think of a different way to do it. But for now, this feels really nice. We have the Avata2 in here. We have our goggles. And when we get our Avata3, that can go in here as well. And of course, I still have room for this drone. The Neo 2 can still fit in the same bag. So yeah, this is a win for solely FPV style, flying. Now, another thing, as many of you guys know, I also fly my standard GPS drones. So I could still find a way to safely put this drone in here. Like I said, I'd have to maneuver it a little bit, maybe going sideways here, something like that, to be able to get that in. I'd probably have to adjust this top ledge just a little bit, but this guy could fit in there as well, and we could still get the Neo 2 somewhere in this bag. So yeah, I'm putting a lot in the bag, but like I said, this video for the most part was just to test everything to see how it was going to work. So hopefully this video has been inspiring, helpful, educational, entertaining, all of those cool things. So I will see you all in the next video. I do like the quality of this backpack from STARTRC or Start FPV. Yeah, it's a win, guys. All right, it's been your buddy Rome with Rome Knows Tech, and I will catch you all in the next video. Until then, stay safe, peace, I'm out.